Hello again. Got another Bible review for you guys today. This is the NIV Heritage Bible from Zondervan. This is part of the new Premier collection as kind of a jointly done thing with Zondervan and Thomas Nelson. Both are owned and operated by HarperCollins Publishing. So this is a Premier Collection edition, the NIV Heritage Bible, in this black goatskin cover. So let me show you the box. Is this two-piece box, really nice. I think I said in the New King James single column, this is very similar to the boxes used by Crossway. So, very similar. If you have a Crossway Heirloom edition, very similar boxes. So, anyway, I'll get that. You could go back and pause those features and check them out if you want to. All right, so when we look at this cover, the spine is a silver stamped spine. It is a stamped. It's not painted on, or it has a little bit of depth to it. It is stamped in. It has the stamped spine ribs instead of raised ribs. Your Holy Bible and New International Version in Zondervan at the bottom. You have your perimeter stitching around the perimeter. This goat skin is very soft. It almost reminds me of a kid's skin or even a lamb skin. It feels really, really, really soft. Maybe it's just this edition. Maybe most of them aren't this soft, but this is a very, very, very soft goat skin. So it's really nice as compared in the other video or the other review. I compared the Youngblood goat skin to the New King James. It's grainier. The New King James is a lot grainier than even this NIV. So these are printed and bound in China, but with really nice materials. This is a nice goat skin. You can see the gilding is really nicely done. It's a silver gilding, blue under art gilding. So the blue under silver is really nice. And they decided to do it a little differently than Thomas Nelson. Both of the Zondervan editions used 3 different color ribbons. Now in the Heritage you have a black, you have like a navy blue, and a red. That's really cool. And you have the blue under silver art gilding. It's really attractive. I love this look. All the Thomas Nelson editions are 2 black and 1 red. Where I like how Zondervan used the different colors. Now, like I said in the other review, these are single-sided satin, not double-faced satin. So you can see the 3 satin faces here where they have a little sheen to them, a little shine, and when you flip them over to the other side, they're going to be more of a dull stitch. So it's just a single-sided satin. Just wanted, if you're used to the Allen editions and Schuyler editions, they use double-faced satin ribbons, those long Beresford ribbons, where these are only single-faced. So let's open it up. You got the calfskin liner, really nice. The silver stamping inside with the silver gilt line going around the interior perimeter. Again, you can see the small fold over and the corners with the stitch perimeter. And this says a 10-point font, but it might look a little smaller. We'll get to that. You open it up and you've got all your legacy information, your presentation page, and your marriages, births, adoptions, deaths. Then you come to your title page. And now you have your Zondervan title page. And then our publication page. It's Chinese printing. You see the 2018 there on the end. Up here at the top, you can see the NIV Heritage Bible. The typeface is the comfort print from 2K Denmark, and it is just there's people that love it and there's people that hate it. I'm one of the few that, or maybe one of the many. Maybe I'm in the majority. I love it. I think it looks really great. It reads nice. You got your table of contents. Again, this is on 36 GSM European paper. Even though it's printed in China, it's got a nice high quality, higher density paper. You have your preface to the NIV. And you see the highlights are in blue rather than red. The Thomas Nelson editions, they use red for their book and chapter and section heading introductions, and they use red. This uses blue, which I think goes much better with the art gilding. You see the art gilding better there. This is just a really attractive edition, and on great paper. You don't see a whole lot of ghosting. I do want to show you. Let me turn on in here. Now there are no references in the Heritage, but there are sections where you have scriptural notes. But I want to show you the ESV Heritage in comparison. Now this is the ESV Heritage in calfskin, and it's edge lined and all that good stuff. But it's a 9-point font, where this is supposed to be a 10-point font, and they look about the same to me. This looks closer to a 9 than it is a 10. If anything, it might be a 9.5, but it doesn't quite look to be a 10 in my opinion. Still very readable on great paper. Now this crossway's on much thinner paper. It's not on 36 GSM paper. A lot more ghosting, a smaller print. But just while I have this one out, this edition retails for the same as this edition. The retail on the NIV Heritage is $150. The retail on the ESV Heritage in calfskin is $150. And they sell around $85 to $100. This one on sale right now at $89. So, I mean, it's really high quality for what you're getting. You see these two little terrible, now they are double satin, but they're two little tiny ribbons, and it's a smaller text block, a little bit smaller printing, and you got so much more with goatskin instead of calfskin, and the perimeter stitching, gilt line, goatskin. I mean, it's 3 ribbons. It's just a really great deal, this Heritage is. Let me put away this ESV so you can focus on the matter at hand. So again, you have these, you can barely tell, but under the right light, you can definitely tell these are blue section headings and chapter numbers. Like I said, you have your little scriptural notes in the corners, the bottom right corner of the pages, if it has any. It's just a really great reader. Again, I would say it's probably not a 10-point font as the box describes. It's closer to a 9, but anyway, that's just my opinion. At least from looking at so many Bibles, it's hard to fake me out on a font size. All right, so you can see here that it's a black letter text, but wouldn't it have been cool to have a red letter text and you had the red and the blue highlights with the blue under silver? It would just look really attractive to have had a red letter just for the coloring's sake. I think it would look really cool. Now let's go to the end and check it out. You have your weights and measures. It says a section called Study Helps at the end of Revelation 22. Weights and measures, you have your concordance, which I like the concordance having the blue and black. It just has a cool look to it. It's the same concordance that I can tell used in the Thomas Nelson editions. I think they share the concordance. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry if I'm wrong on that. It just They appear to be laid out the same. You do have a couple sheets of notes. I wish this were about 50 pages long. I love that they included this, but if you write notes in Bibles, you're going to need a lot more than just these two little sheets. So anyway, but I'm glad they included that. I'd love to see a whole section, just one signature, 50 pages added for a notes section. Now, these maps are on glossy cardstock. I'm not a huge fan, again, but I know a lot of people do like them on cardstock. I love maps on Bible paper or even thicker Bible paper or cardstock that's not glossy. Basically anything but glossy cardstock I'm more excited about. But they are attractive maps, and while they're new, they look good. But over time, this glossy cardstock gets wrinkled and can get annoying. The wrinkles, and if you ever write on it, if you don't let it dry, and it'll smear. You just got to be careful when you're writing on glossy cardstock. Then you got a sheet of, well, no, that's all pasted together. So you don't have any paper after that. You got one little side that you can put something on. Then you see your edge lining. Here's the ISBN for this edition. You can see the silver stamped in. It looks really nice. I like where they put the ISBN here. It's kind of hidden. You only find it if you're really looking for it. You got the calfskin liner with the gilt line on the interior, and you can see your nice fold over with the perimeter stitching, and it's just really nice. Really, really, really impressed with Zondervan edition. I mean, most of the Zondervan editions, like if you got a Zondervan top grain, it does not feel like a top grain. This is the most premium Zondervan I've ever held, and it's just been a pleasure. Really thankful that they decided to go with putting out this premier collection. It's just really, really going to boom. It should boom. It's excellent product for the price. My goodness, at $89 for this edition, that is just bottom dollar. That's crazy, a crazy good deal. It's just so super flexible and just great. I mean, it's just excellent. I'm really pleased. Now, it's not going to be the same Goatskin if you're used to Allen or Youngblood produced Bibles. It's going to have a different feel. Not going to be as grainy, but it's still very nice. Very, very nice. I would not call this a semi-premium. This is a full-fledged premium Bible, and with pulling no punches. This is definitely a premium Bible. So anyway, that is the review of the NIV Heritage Bible. Please don't forget to subscribe and maybe have the little bell clicked so you get notifications. I've got a lot of reviews coming of brand new editions and some other editions. I've got rebinds, reviews of rebinds coming, and more tutorials coming. So just be ready for those videos by subscribing and hitting the notifications bell. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. If you got questions, please leave them in the comment section. And thanks for watching. God bless.